What's up, Sag? So we got a card pulled from the Herbal Astrology Oracle deck, and then we got then we go into the actual reading, okay? And the card is tobacco with the subtext of offering. Power, ofrenda, or offering, divine gift, invocation, respect, deep alignment with will and purpose. And tobacco is used among indigenous groups across the Americas as an offering to the gods for smoke cleansing, as an offering to the spirits, as a sacred smoke at council meetings, and as ceremonial juice during vision quests. Widely used by shamans in the Amazon called tabaqueros, tobacco is considered a planta maestra, a teacher or master plant. These plants are key to protective spirits and important allies and guides in the healing of humanity. In pre-Columbian North America, different tribes used tobacco ceremonially, and the main difference between them and the Central and South America tribes is that they smoked through a pipe. Various indigenous peoples from the America used tobacco for healing a wide range of ailments such as earaches, snake bites, cuts, burns, respiratory diseases, fever, convulsions, nervous issues, urinary complaints, skin diseases, and parasites. Many traditions hold that tobacco is a protective spirit given to humanity to enable communication with the spirit world. Tobacco is one of the ultimate ofrendas, or sacred offerings, to the spirit world. It has been placed on altars and traded among different societies for hundreds of years. It has been used by many indigenous peoples such as a symbolic token for sealing peace amongst tribes. Across time, tobacco has been most commonly used as a smoke, but it can also be used as a strong purgative, an anti-inflammatory, which further mirrors its Mars energetics. This is the guidance portion. The gods of power are here to serve, and they demand love and respect. Tobacco reminds us to utilize power compassionately. How we use and direct this power determines the quality of life. Offer your actions as a divine gift, selflessly and in service of the sacred. Grandfather Tobacco's protective and powerful energy lovingly opens the doorway to the spirit world to those who ask with humility and respect. Don't allow the illusions of power to ignite destructive behaviors or propel you towards addictive habits. Okay. Alright, so while I find this other reading that I want to refer to you, I want to tell you the idea, some of you guys could just do something different, and that is something that you should maybe understand as a potential for how everybody else could do it, right? Because I really got this message from the idea that this one tribe smoked tobacco through a pipe, and this is, that was the difference between a lot of these other guys, between particularly the pre-Columbian North America. The main difference was that they smoked tobacco through a pipe, and that was pre-Columbus North America. But you should understand that maybe this way could be a better way to spread what you need to spread, in terms of a better way of, or not a better way, a more appealing way of doing something. I'm not sure exactly what, but I feel like it's something. Also, this idea of the Puppet Master's Bridge Builder. That's the Gemini reading from about 2 weeks ago. You should look into that. And that's also tobacco as well. And getting a lot of the vibes. And Gemini's your counterpart, by for those that don't know. So like it's the opposite polarity of Sagittarius. It's Gemini, and there may be a message there, but also this idea of what you're here for, what your actual place in this world. You should understand that we have a problem in society, right? And this is something that I think the Sagittarius archetype has a particular role in helping to solve, right? And the idea here is that Sagittarius, it rules over a lot of things, right? It rules over things like God. It rules over things like religion. It rules over things like higher learning and things like that. And I see a problem, like higher learning for sure. I think that definitely deserves something. That's not what I want to talk about right now. I want to talk about the idea of just principles, right? It also rolls over principles. And when it comes down to God and religion, I kind of judge based on a Sagittarian mind frame, right? How well does it instill principles in its followers, right? If you look at today, the idea of kind of, for instance, like Christianity, they used Bibles to basically manipulate slaves. They used religion to enslave people if they didn't agree with the religion, and there is arguably the damage is you can't really repair it in a lot of cases. Honestly, it really is going to be extremely hard to do that, and I think I don't think people quite understand that in general. But this idea of what you're here for and what you can do, this card, it really does speak to this idea of a higher calling, right? The offering, right? You know what is on your platter when you that you are offering up. And you should think about that in terms of what you're doing with your life, your particularly your career, business, whatever you're actually like trying to create financial success through. Maybe like this idea of what is on your plate could be very much tied to your actual career choice, your actual ways of means. Okay, and you should really be trying to make sure that your whatever method, whatever means that you have, it's something that does that will quote unquote appease the gods, right? It actually says this: offer your actions as a divine gift, selflessly and in service to the sacred. So what is that? What is that for you, right? What can you bring to the world through your work, through your actions? That's something to have that, and be able to serve through that particular way it's nice. It's a very beautiful thing when you succeed, but it does require you to find that, right? It doesn't normally you don't get to wake up and experience that. You have to, or just experience a life that's exactly in alignment. You have to find a way to that life. So it looks like you may need to go ahead and start mapping out the plan to do that. And with that being said, I'm gonna take it off there. This is I'm gonna see you next week, but also please like and subscribe if you like the actual reading itself. And I will, like I said, I'll see you next week, and have a good week.